Welcome. We're going to cut this Lone Mountain Natural Turquoise and Natural Seafoam Fox Turquoise. One of these two, or both of them, ought to cut us a fantastic stone. Let's get into it and see what we can get. For a big high dome one right here, so we're just going to kind of get rid of this base piece. Wow, that's hard for natural. Look at the color in that. Woo-wee. We're going to go for a big seafoam natural looking nugget on this one. So I just want a base big enough to maximize the size of our stone, which is be about right there. Oh, that's going to be a nice one. Dang. Alright, so there's that one. Look at the bottom as we cut into it. The webbing it's got is like a cloud, like a water web. And I'm thinking a large teardrop here is what this one's starting to look like. I'm not sure which way to go with the top on this one. Which side to make the top, but I'm thinking this is the bottom. Now this one is definitely softer on the wheel than that Fox is. Much softer. It's equally beautiful in the cut. About as far in as we want to go. We're going to dop that up and see. It might be a large teardrop, or we might go for a double, like an elongated diamond. We'll see. But of the two, definitely the Fox is harder than the Lone Mountain. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that real well, but that's going to be beautiful. Dop those up. Got two winners here, I think. Here's our two pieces dopped up. I'm telling you right now, well, these both look like they're just going to be absolutely stunning killer pieces. We're just going to go around the outside of this Lone Mountain. I have the opportunity to buy either a pound of this Lone Mountain or a pound of the Fox. And when I selected the Fox, the guy tossed in this piece of Lone Mountain to test it. I definitely so far think that I made the right choice with the Fox because I've loved it. It's harder than this is. Of course, each individual piece being natural, this might not be representative of the average. It's just a piece that he threw in. So. This one is fairly soft. Be careful cutting it. Probably ought to be back. Might make the judgment call to lose this tip right here. Because we're going to have to go in quite a bit there. Oh, that hurts. Natural material. This stuff, you know, that goes for pretty good money. It's hard to lose any of it, and I know that the vast majority of turquoise cutters always err on saving as many carats as possible. I think they do so at the sacrifice of a pleasing shape and a pleasing top and a pleasing dome, and sometimes saving more matrix than color. And I'm going to always err on trying to end up with the stone that I like. It's going to be free form. It's going to need to be backed. Okay, there's our stone. Right there. Now this one's going to be a big high dome. Now this one right here, this cuts as hard as stabilized. Bring this into a starting point with the perimeter. Look at the green coming through. We don't want to cut through that. We definitely want to keep it. Have to slowly walk it in until we have a an edge that we can set a bezel up against, and so I got to bring it in until I got a solid edge there. Wow. Wow. I'm not getting a great look at the color on this because of the lighting in here. This room just doesn't have great lighting. But I think you can see what we're working with here. That's far enough in. Now I think we just cut a girdle that's consistent all the way around. Cut a dome. It's centered and high and beautiful. Okay, I think we're ready for the next wheel. Roll that right onto the next wheel. This one is legitimately possibly one of my favorite pieces I've ever cut in the making. I love the color, I love the hardness, I love the fact that it's natural. It's going to be a nice ringstone size. It's going to have that lighter matrix in it. That's all we needed right there. Now, yeah, that's a large ringstone, but that's going to be a stunning, stunning, stunning piece. Let's go to our Lone Mountain. As I said, this one, as soon as you touch the wheel, you can tell this one's not as hard. This one definitely needs to be backed with some JB weld or something similar, which we can do. Just do a real thin backing. It's plenty thick enough to not need it if it was harder. I think it's plenty hard enough that we're going to get a nice polish on it. I'm not too worried about that. We just ground into a little piece of pyrite in it. That'll be interesting. Try to keep that in there. Did not see that coming. It just literally popped up out of the face. Oh, we just came off the dop stick. So redop that and get ready for pre-polish. You see our base here, another reason why we need to back this one. Okay, we're redopped up. Just gonna make sure that I have a nice taper on my bezel setting edge. I have a consistent girdle around the outside edge. Do we like that shape? Are we happy with it? It's fairly free form. We're going to leave it for now. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but we're going to leave it and see. We're going to back it, and then we can cut it a little bit more if we don't end up liking it. Okay, so we're ready for that next wheel. For a priceless gift, one not subtle, one not on the list. Send away for a perfect one not simply so absurd. Whatever happened to the young man's heart, swallowed by pain as he slowly fell apart. And I'm staring down the barrel of a 45, sifting through the ashes of another life. No real reason to accept the way that things have changed. Staring down the barrel of a 45, everyone's pointing their fingers, always condemning me. Nobody knows what I believe. Look at that. That is going to be a stunning stone. Sorry, I'm trying to keep that where you can see it, but I realize I'm hitting it with my shoulder occasionally. Okay, I'm happy with that. Nice big high dome stone. It's going to be a big old ring, but I don't want to cut any more off of it. Let's go polish it. And I'm staring down the barrel of a 45, sifting through the ashes of another life. No, see if this is hard enough to take a decent polish. I think it will. No real reason to accept the way that things have changed. The dopping isn't holding up so good, but we'll switch to this one. So our white web has gone to black web with the dopping, with the buffing compound, so you got to hope that that cleans up. I'd rather have it white. I don't know. We're not going to re-dop them. We're just going to dop them. We're going to buff them by hand. That way I can have my hands on them. I can feel if they're warming up. These are natural, so it's good to drop them 10 times or so like I like to do. Until we actually start to try and clean this one up. This one definitely needs to be backed. I think this smaller one we could get away with not. Okay, touch more here on this one. Just yet here on the outside. Those are coming off because these are natural. I was very light on the dopping, meaning I only held the UV light on the resin for just about 3 seconds. I just trying to get it to hold just good enough, and it was good enough to get it through cutting, shaping, pre-polish, but okay, I'm going to take these to the sink and see if that black will wash out, and hopefully we come back to our white web, and then we'll look at these in a better light, and we'll back this one. All right, to wrap up the video, here are the two stones. The Lone Mountain, right there. The Fox. That buffing, so I rebuffed this one right here. I cleaned it up, rebuffed it with cerium oxide so it wouldn't get the black in the matrix. I may do the same thing on this one here. This one is probably, I went ahead and backed it. It's just a little bit too soft, probably for me to set. This one right here is definitely hard enough to set, but I don't like the fact that all my white matrix turned black with the buffing compound, so I have to clean that out. But there's the two stones. Two natural stones of Fox natural on the left and Lone Mountain natural on the right. And finally, there you go, cleaned up. I took it back to the polishing wheel to cut that back just a little bit and then polished it with cerium oxide. I don't get quite as high gloss polish with cerium oxide, but it is the same color as that matrix, so I didn't pollute it with the black, which isn't a real problem when you're talking about treated turquoise, but on this natural turquoise it's a little bit soft enough you can get that stuff impregnated into it. Anyway, that's a gorgeous piece of Fox natural.